confidence has a huge impact on how you show up both for and in your business. From marketing and being visible to how you present yourself, how you talk about your work, the photographs you choose, how comfortable you are networking, and even the types of marketing that you do. Confidence really does impact all areas of our business. And the bad news is there really isn't an end point of confidence. You could always be more confident, and it's unlikely you'll ever think you are confident enough because it's situational. You may be as confident and bold as a lion being interviewed by someone else for their podcast, but shy as a church mouse if you were to start your own podcast and become the interviewer. You might be totally comfortable going live on your Facebook, but terrified of going live in a Facebook group. As you expand your business, there will always be more confidence mountains to conquer. Writing social content becomes writing sales pages. Going live for a few minutes becomes delivering hour-long trainings, and you're going to consistently need to increase your prices to reflect your experience. All of these have elements of confidence. Now, I don't say this to discourage you because being confident can be achievable. You can borrow, you can build, you can buy more confidence. But what you need to do is to understand the impact confidence has on you and your perceptions of confidence. What is confident, what isn't confident, and where you need to sit. So, what is confidence? Confidence is defined as a feeling that you can rely on someone or something. So it's really achieving a sense that everything will be okay, that you'll survive whatever the thing is. Even if it's the worst outcome, you'll survive that thing. You will be okay in the long run. So simply, confidence is faith or belief. Faith and belief being kind of interchangeable in this scenario. So when it comes to self-confidence, well, that's a feeling that you can rely on yourself, on your ability to be okay whatever happens. So self-confidence is the faith and belief in yourself. Now, you may completely forget your speech, but self-confidence will remind you that you will be okay no matter what. Of course, there may be some short-term impacts, but in the end, you'll be fine. Confidence is not about bravado or being 100% certain. It's about trusting you have what it takes to survive. So yes, if you forget your speech, you might be embarrassed for a while, but eventually it could actually become a funny story. It could even become inspirational to those who aren't as confident as you are yet. So apply the 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 years idea. So 10 minutes, forgetting a speech, awful, worst moment in my life, can the ground please open up and swallow me? 10 days, cringe, I can't believe I did that, regret, those sort of feelings. But 10 years, do you remember that time I got on stage and completely forgot my speech and had to wing it? How great was it that I don't do that anymore, and I learned so much about getting through any situation. So often we associate self-confidence with having the skills and the self-belief to do the thing amazingly and have the perfect result. But the reality check is that self-confidence is being able to rely on ourselves to get through and survive whatever happens. If we fail, we learn. If we succeed, we learn. Neither of them have to mean anything about us or hinder us in any way. That's self-confidence. So if you hear yourself saying, oh, I could never, I can't, wish I could, then it's a good point to check in to see if it's a lack of confidence holding you back. So, how can you borrow confidence? There are areas in your life, I guarantee, where you have confidence. You might not associate them with confidence per se, but when you take a good look, you will find them. Maybe you are great at making phone calls to people, even strangers. That's confidence. Maybe you're passionate about giving feedback. That's confidence. So what you can do is you can borrow from the areas where you have confidence by finding the similarities to where you would like more confidence. So let's say you're great at phone calls. What skills translate to getting on Zoom calls and making sales calls? Building rapport, clear communication, listening. These are all transferable skills that you are already confident with. These skills underpin that feeling of confidence, so you can tap into those skills and just mold them to fit the situation. What about building confidence? How can you build confidence? Confidence really is a skill. Knowing you will survive almost any situation is actually built on experience. It's built using courage to create competence, which in turn creates evidence that you can. So when I first started delivering training, group training, I was a nervous wreck. Standing up in front of people and telling them what to do just seemed like a huge thing. But I knew the topic, but teaching other people, that wasn't where my skills, experience had been. Entirely different ballgame. But I built my training and confidence in delivering that training, one training session at a time. Just the first one. Okay, maybe a second. Okay, one with more people. Then one with people I didn't know that well. One on a topic I'm not an expert in. I now love training. I love curveball questions that demonstrate people are paying attention and applying what they're learning to their specifics, to their situation. I love the little subconscious nods that people give when what you're delivering is landing for them. There's kind of this look, like you can see it going in. But that confidence was built on delivering possibly hundreds of trainings over a number of years. So confidence is built one experience at a time. And when things don't go right, when things don't go as you expected, that's actually a confidence booster, because it means you have the evidence to know you can survive even the unexpected. So how can you buy confidence? Well, quite simply, you can buy expertise. Take the example of a sales page. If you work with the sales page expert or a copywriter, it's going to boost your confidence. You're going to rely on that person. You're going to rely on yourself to get to the outcome. You don't need to spend hours second guessing what works well. You have an expert to guide you. Now, outsourcing and getting help is not a magic fix-all. It's not delegating all the care and responsibility. There are still elements you have to provide, even in any service. But what can really help is it takes away that element of doubt that stops you being confident on relying on the sales page. You don't have to spend days of your life piecing together information you think might be right, because you know it is. It gives you that certainty that can give you that confidence. So knowing we can borrow, build, and buy confidence, it's really important to know what confidence is for you, what you associate with confidence. So I encourage you to ask, what would it be like if you had more confidence? What would you be doing? What would be different? Maybe you're going to share your message louder, wider, deeper. Not sure that's the thing. That could be anything from starting a podcast to going on stage in front of people. Maybe that is pitching your offer. Format can be, sales pages, as we said, or even just a written or in person. And there's a confidence for me associated with saying no to things that don't serve you. Potential clients, potential activities that you know aren't aligned or energizing for you. That takes confidence. But what we do is we put a lot of things on the other side of confidence. When I'm more confident, I will. I can. So what we're really doing is we're putting our dreams on hold under the guise, under the excuse of not having enough confidence to do them. The key to breaking through this perceived obstacle is really understanding what confidence is for you and how you can create that. Whether you call it buying, borrowing, stealing, or even working around needing confidence. That's all possible. And as we said, the number one way to figure out you'll be okay is to have the experience. Of course, you can prepare. You can put effort into increasing that reliance, that belief, that faith you have. You can rehearse your pitch or your speech. You can practice saying no in the mirror. But the only evidence that proves you'll be okay is the experience itself, going on the stage. Confidence fit. Of course, it might turn out you aren't okay. You're not great at this. You fluff the pitch. You forget your speech. You end up turning somebody down that could have been a dream client. But you can survive because it's unlikely to be anywhere near as bad as you perceive. You'll probably live to see another day. There'll be another pitch, possibly another speech, definitely another client. Especially if you treat it as learning. If you don't allow that to mean anything. If you gave it your best shot, you will grow because of it. Having experienced that worst outcome already means you are already better prepared than you were. You understand yourself more. You understand the situation more. You are simply more prepared from having experienced it once already. It's the learning curve. If you go live for the first time on Facebook, you have pretty much no idea where the end live button is. You spend a good 30 seconds at the end looking for the button, panicked because you haven't said anything. You're still live and you're just searching the screen for the button. The next time, the second time, you have a general idea of the vicinity of the button. Maybe it's only 15 seconds. Each time you become more aware, managing the comments, finding the end button, checking the stream. And it's all because you're on that learning curve. But you don't start the learning curve until you take the action. You don't get more confident until you take the action. So, where do you start? Knowing what difference confidence would make in your business is a clue to starting to do the things that are holding you back. So figure out what more confidence would mean for you and for your business. And what that will do is it will build the desire to be confident taking the actions that are currently outside your comfort zone. Borrow, build, and buy the confidence you need to achieve the actions that will create your dreams. If you're struggling with a lack of confidence, struggling to get the actions done that you know you need to take your business to the next level, then reach out for a confidence booster session. Over 90 minutes, we address the confidence you need for your situation, tailored to you, so that you can get those dreams happening.